Empawa Publishing holds music conference.
Of Corona, we were on a Zoom call, and one thing that struck me was that I was speaking to somebody who was, from a different part of the world, but who was saying some of the things I wanted to say, and then I told him I want to be the Willard of Africa. I remember. And fast forward now, very unexpectedly, very randomly, he's in Nigeria. I like to say Nigeria is the capital of entertainment in the world, so he's in the best place right now.
Empawa Publishing hosted its highly anticipated inaugural fireside chat on November 6, 2023. At the Oriental Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos. Established in 2020, Empawa Publishing is famous for its roster of talented writers and producers, including Mr. Easy, Techno, Killer Tunes, Joe Boy, and many more. The fireside chat was moderated by Ayomide Adiwari. Head of Empawa Publishing and panelists included Mr. Easy, founder and CEO of Empawa Africa, Willard Adritz, founder and chairman of Cobalt Music, and Emmanuel E. Kelly Unwusu, head of music at Empawa Africa. The discussion centered on the need for infrastructure, adoption of best practices and financial investment not only in Nigeria but in Africa as a whole. Mr. Easy said Nigerian music is the most consumed in Africa, while Afrobeats is one of the fastest growing genres. It is only right that we continue to provide education and support to creators so as to close the gaps in the African publishing ecosystem. These points were further buttressed by Willard Edwards, who said he believes Lagos can deliver the same figures as Los Angeles in a decade if all the right structures are put in place. Prominent figures in the music industry such as Kenny Ogungbe, Aidi Ogungbe, Olisa Dibwa, Pretty Okafor, President P-Man, Killer Tunes, Osage Osareko, Sproach Bits, Bizulu Shikoya, Adaobi Ubima, Clients Partnership Empawa Publishing, and executives from the Musical Copyright Society (MCSN) were in attendance. The event fostered engaging conversations through interactive Q&A sessions, panel discussions, and social media discussions using the Empawa Fireside hashtag. Attendees and virtual participants actively participate, sharing their thoughts and insight. The Fireside Chat provided a platform for industry professionals and aspiring talents to connect, exchange ideas, and form new partnerships in music publishing, industry trends, and the future of the music business.
What is intellectual property rights? What is my IP rights? So I say to people, that's your real estate. That's your pension that you're going to have when you go off the stage and the music have stopped and the stage light is down. Those are the money that will tick, tick, tick going forward.
Hi guys, my name is Killer Tunes, aka Shabalistica, and I'm here live at the Fireside 2023 chat with Mr. Easy and Cobalt. And I feel it's very important that we as creatives, the producers, the writers, that we learn about publishing, about our rights and all of that. And I see African music going to the next level if we know what we're doing.
Music publishing is so important because musically people enjoy money on streaming, performance, but when they get old, they get to age 50, 60, 70, the biggest money comes from publishing. Now they may be having publishers, maybe BMI, ASCAP, or PRS, but in Nigeria they need to be associated with the collecting society in Nigeria. Today, Nigeria approves of MCSN as the local collective company, and musicians should register with them.
This ecosystem, for people understanding their rights, well, I would say is a development, and it's a welcome one. Right now we've been able to get it to a point where we can attract somebody as huge as, Willard of Cobalt Music, over here. Kudos to Mr. Easy. I felt like, a lot of investors like ourselves, like myself as well, because I fund emerging artists. I give some small investments so they can develop and produce more. Then towards the point where we can attract people like this. But now it's a good news to them to say that we don't have to worry about going over there. Now they come in here to see us.
Music business is just like every other business. There needs to be transparency. I mean, when you're open-minded with your clients, with your collaborator, with your partner, there's no limit to what you can achieve. So to upcoming artists, to upcoming producers and publishers out there as well, I think it is important for them to imbibe the art of transparency in whatever you're doing in life generally.
All right, it's your boy and DJ Kid with Zadie, and we're out here for the demystifying publishing, and it's very important for artists to know about things like this, because a lot of times I see a lot of artists that do not know what it means to distribute music and what it means to publish music. So like it's like a lot of complicated things, and sometimes some people are superstars and they don't know they are superstars because they are not earning from their works. And most of the time too, our publishers, our music distributors here, they don't know how to explain these things to educate the artists. So this kind of platform is a place where we learn about your music rights, IP, how to track your music, how to get your rights for your songwriting, all of those things. And let me also be honest, some of our OGs don't like artists that know about all of these things because they can't take advantage of you. So it's better for you to know it before you become big. Because by the time you realize you have been big, you have toured around, and then you don't have anything to your name. So yeah, this kind of platform is important for us. And big shout outs to Hip TV, big shout outs to Mr. Easy, big shout outs to Empawa with Zadie.
I mean, obviously, I'm not in the music industry, but learning so much from Easy about how the industry works. Music publishing is the most important thing that young writers, young producers need, because you can create all the music in the world, but if you don't have ownership of the music, then you're losing what you've created. The IP is lost, the money is lost. So it's amazing to see how all these young creators are being educated on the business side of music publishing.
It is important that we recognize the opportunity and the value of the copyrights and the music we have here. And that is partly people see what is the royalties that you have on your music on a global scale. Number two, people are getting educated. What is this really worth and what money is out there? So working on that education and the efficiency to showing the royalties that is coming on is the fundamental to understand what is the value. So that is when you talk about the existing music and catalogs. You always have, the new music. People as Mr. Easy said, I'm giving a laptop to a kid and having new talents, or talents who come a little bit and they can start to get even bigger advances, things like that. But we are back to understanding what is this worth? What is the revenue coming out of this on a global scale, and what can we build? So that is the basis to build an ecosystem that is fair and transparent and inclusive for everyone in the value chain.
The take home is this is the time, African music is hot, Nigerian music is hot, and this is the time to educate, for everyone to educate themselves, about the music industry, about royalties, about our rights. And this is the time for people who are just wondering, what is this music about? We are just seeing online that this artist bought this, that artist, where is the money coming from? Is to come to this kind of events and learn where the money is coming from, and then learn how to invest, where to invest.